Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Scorpio June 14, 2022. In your first house you have the presence of the planet Jupiter that is going to bless you with its merciful power of expansion and the abundance that in this case within your personality will be your good ideas and the ability to communicate them massively through technology, one of the fields that you manage best. Your home is going to be full of vitality and energy because your fourth house in the sign of Taurus has the sun above it, and as if that were not enough, intellectual activity will be at its peak thanks to the presence of Uranus within this sign, for consequently, it will be a very good day to share ideas and put them into practice together with your whole family. You are very lucky in love as a couple since the sign of Leo from your 7th house with fortune passing over it indicates excellent news in love where your passions can express themselves freely and love will not stop flowing in activities and positive actions for both. Your 12th house in the sign of Capricorn with the presence of the planet Pluto is going to cause you certain mishaps on a material level by taking away certain material things that you no longer need or that are no longer useful to you. So if this were to happen to you, keep in mind that it is your house 12 acting on you. Allow this to happen because it is a learning that you need to evolve and settle certain karma that you have accumulated. It is good that your mood is flexible, especially on a day like today. You will find that your powers of adaptation are tested as you find yourself surrounded by fickle emotions and tenacious attitudes. Today, do not obsess yourself trying to find clear answers from people, since they are sure to be as confused as you are on certain topics. You must be relaxed for now and try to get safely to shore. The day has a certain negative charge that will only get worse if you continue with that stubborn attitude on all the topics that catch your attention. Much of the day's activity will focus on how people break free from their bonds to see things from a totally different perspective. If you insist on ignoring your inner voice and maintain that inflexible and immovable attitude, you will only meet extreme resistance. You will very much enjoy expressing your thoughts and reflections freely and through all the means of communication that you have at hand, and this will be very easy for you since in your 5th house in the sign of Gemini there is your ruler Mercury that will help you manage properly communications and where you will be beautifully expressing your emotions because the Moon and Venus are also in this sign. Today, it is definitely not recommended that you assume any type of risk, physical, sentimental, or financial. This is a day to play it safe, not to risk everything to heads or tails. The temptation to commit your time can be great, but don't do it, because then it will be extremely difficult for you to keep your promises. You must keep your time, your heart, and your checkbook under control. Be very careful of sudden changes in temperature and take good care of your chest from blows or possible accidents with sharp objects because Mars in Cancer in your 6th house indicates that you will be prone to this type of discomfort. Take care of yourself and prevent this type of mishaps as much as possible. You will receive a strange communication from a person who does not leave her name and whose voice you do not recognize. However, it will sound like something important to you and you will be upset thinking about it all afternoon. How to answer a call if they do not leave their identification? Don't go crazy. It's not worth worrying about. If it's important, the person will call back. Remember this throughout the day. Perhaps your work is not what encourages you the most in life or what you expected, and that is going to provoke slights and a bad mood because your 6th house in the sign of Cancer tells us about this type of situation since this planet in this sign finds its fall, which is not going to be emotionally beneficial to you. Seek to solve this by finding the origin of your discomfort and you will be able to turn this aspect around. The people around you will be an important factor today. If you are alone, the task will be more difficult, but if you connect with others you will discover that you can overcome even the most colossal obstacle. Remember that with a grain of sand you can build mountains. It conjures up that power that can create a force of people who share a common goal. If you serve your community and help those who need it, the universe itself will take care of giving you what you need to survive and progress. So your 2nd house in the sign of Pisces will be giving you the energy to serve selflessly, and at the time of giving you will be giving yourself without realizing it. Do not be surprised if today you receive in your house a lot of people that you have not invited. You'll find yourself hosting an impromptu social gathering with neighbors arriving to share news of changes in the neighborhood. At this moment you are overflowing with energy, so you will be able to attend to your guests without problems. But don't make yourself too complicated. Offer them what you have on hand and let the meeting take its course. Our eyes in the sky. The moon links up with Uranus tonight, and the energy is still sociable, but it's more suggestive of old times and memories. It's a great night for a small gathering around the fire pit to recap your group's greatest hits. Intuition is strong, but the emotional intensity could cloud your judgment. If you're under work or other pressure and unable to socialize, you could experience some mood swings. Just try not to behave in a way you might come to regret later. Why do we allow emotions like guilt or shame to isolate us? Yes, our past is unique. No one else has the same lens on reality because no one else has lived identical experiences. Yet, while our history might be our own, we can still find relatable ways of sharing our stories with others to inspire communion, compassion, admiration, and respect. Fortune might land in our laps. Although luck appears randomly, it is the result of good karma gathered from previous deeds. Enjoy this magical moment. Mid-afternoon, the moon aligns with Neptune, continuing the day's dreamy vibe. At best, this aspect will bring out our compassionate side. At worst, it can find us becoming lost in illusion. When Pallas aligns with Chiron, we perceive the magnitude of this truth. Pain, although uniquely experienced, is universally understood. The gulf we perceive between ourselves and others is not as wide as we believe. The patterning of our wounds becomes defined during this transit, and our strategic approach to healing empowers us while inspiring those around us to resolve their own pain. Are we keeping organized? Are we being mindful of the details? However, Mercury in opposition scrambles our ability to express ourselves. We forget the minutiae, and our interactions become laden with misunderstandings. Frustration is the result of this cosmic clash, so give the time-sensitive deeds on your to-do list a bit of extra padding and prepare for 1 or 2 awkward conversations.